and welcome to A Picasso Designs. I'm A Picasso, so let's get designing. Today's picture is my first Copic drawing since October has ended, and it is nice to get back to colors and to using my Copics. I have been doing illustrations lately with watercolor, which I haven't been doing in a long time. But I also love my Copics, and I'm so glad to do something with them again. I really wanted to just do something really simple, so I just got a portrait done. But I didn't want it to be plain colored hair, plain person. So I made sure to make her hair purple. Something fun. Something bright, because I love my bright colors. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about my Copic journey, how I found them, and how long I've been using them. I believe it's been about 3 years since I discovered the wonderful world of Copics, and that is thanks to the popular YouTuber Bailey J. You all know who Bailey J is, and if you don't, you have to go check out her channel. She is a Copic master. At least I consider her one of the better Copic artists out there. She has so many of them. She knows how to use them so well, and I still feel like I'm a noob at it. I don't have that many, so I have to use limited palettes when I decide to make a drawing. So focusing on one color for each illustration is a good way for me to just experiment and get a good illustration that's cohesive, instead of trying to figure out how to use every single color I have, which isn't a lot. So I discovered Copics about 3 years ago. Like I said, I found Bailey's channel and I was like, ooh, markers. I was already thinking about starting to do Inktober. It was around October. And I have my own regular markers. Tombow, if you guys know, I have some Tombow markers. And I was going to use those as like background colors, or just to color the portraits I was going to do for Inktober. And I heard about Copics, and I saw how great they were, and so I went to Michael's. That's the closest art store to me, and I found some, and I put them on my wish list for Christmas, and I just became obsessed. And anybody who likes Copics or has Copics will tell you it becomes an obsession, it becomes an addiction, and it's really hard to fight it. And it's really a money drain, especially if you don't have that much money. So you have to figure out how to just work with the slow building colors that you already have, because it takes a long time to build up a Copic collection unless you have the financial backing to do it. So I haven't really got any sets. I've mostly bought my Copics individually, and let me tell you, don't pay full price for them. I think I paid full price at the very beginning for a few of them, but ever since then I've found them on Blick. Has them for really great prices. I usually go to Blick online or in store if I buy a marker at Michael's, which is the only way to buy them, because I can use a 50% on them. They do have some packs, but most of the packs they have are not the sketch, they're the smaller ones. And I do have some of those. When I first started out, I bought some of those, and I found out, oh, well, they don't hold as much ink as the sketch. And I also have one normal one, which I bought at Blick when I didn't realize that I was actually buying one of the normal ones. And those don't have the brush nib, which is like one of the best features about Copic markers, is the brush nib. So I've been slowly building him up since a few Octobers ago, and I just love him. I have been trying to build up my skins the most, my E's, because I feel like I only do fair colored skinned people, and so I want to build up my darker skin tones so that I can experiment doing darker skinned individuals, because I've mastered the light skin. I need to start doing the dark skins because I I don't do them that often, and it would be so much fun to be able to do them and be confident in doing them. I've tried in sketchbooks and stuff, and it just does not look good. It doesn't look realistic at all. I mean, my style is sort of cartoony, but the skin tone still needs to be a realistic skin tone, unless I'm doing some crazy alien person, which is fine, but that's not what I want to try to go for at this point in time. I love like fading out my hair. Right now what I'm doing is kind of making a gradient with it, because I like it'll helps give it some kind of form. I find like my style is very flat looking, but I don't want it to be completely flat. I still want there to be some depth in her face, some depth in her hair. And I'm always modifying my style and my eyes, but I think what I definitely will always keep on doing is that instead of using black for the darkest part of the eye, I try to find the darkest color that I'm using for her eyes. So if it's a blue eye, I'm going to find the darkest blue I can to make that inner circle. So with this purple, I had her purple eyes, so I found my darkest purples to make the iris. And of course, my chunky outlines. I think I will be getting back into lining my illustrations with colored pens, except for if I do the chunky outline, I will still do it with a thick black outliner, but the inside lines will be colored. But I really like the way this one came out. It was a nice way to get back into doing Copics. I want to experiment with doing like full illustrations, not just portraits and pinups and stuff. So hopefully I can get into that soon. But thank you guys for watching. It's the end now. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. All right. Bye. See you next time.